Hi everyone, I'm Anya of yogaembodiedonline.com, and I'm here to share with you my new course which I have just launched, and I have a very special discount at the minute. This course is about our lunar cycles. So I thought the discount has to be from the beginning of the month to the full moon. So the discount actually expires on the 14th of September, and it's a 20% discount that you can use on all my courses. So September 20 is the discount. So I want to show what's inside the course. I'm going to share the screen so you can see the course, and I'll explain a little bit more about it. And this is the course of feminine cycles and seasons. Now, if you go to my website, yogaembodied.com, you will find all my courses. I'll just share that. So I have different online courses, and this is a little bit about me. But the feminine cycle and seasons is a new course which is about the menstrual cycle awareness. If you are curious about pelvis and pelvic floor health, we have this course, and then we have essential oil courses, pregnancy course, Ayurveda course. So there are a few different options, but the newest one is the feminine seasons and cycles. So if you click on the link for that, it will basically tell you all about the actual course. So if you go to Yoga Embodied Online, then you can read about everything to do with the course. But for most of you, you're like, but what's inside the course? It's always nice to see what happens when you have clicked on the purchase link so you can sign up. So it's £79. The pound is not very favorable. So if you are purchasing from another currency, you're getting a good deal. But here it is. So when you press on that link, you basically put in all your details. The coupon code is September 20. So you can put that in, and then you get the discount. So there we go. But inside the course, when you're there, you have your dashboard where all your courses are on. And you'll get a welcome from me here. There are quite a lot of information in the course, and within that, I also have a workbook. So I'll show the workbook to you as well. This is the workbook. It's nothing, it's compulsory. I just like to have the workbook because I give a lot of information and share a lot of information. But if you don't reflect on it or implement it, it is just information. So you can print out the workbook, you can just keep it on your computer, and it is fillable. So you can, in the notes, you can actually write in the course book. So it's there for you to kind of play around with. There we go. And I give a bit of information about why cycle awareness, why are we doing this course, which I could talk a lot about, and I'm very happy to share more about that in a different webinar, because I do think it is really important. So if you want more information on that, do let me know, send me a message, or, share in a comment on Facebook or Instagram. I talk about my story, but it's really for your healing. So they are prompts to your story about your cycle. And then, of course, a bit more information on how to actually use the course. One of the main things about the course is charging our cycle. So this is really tracking our lunar cycle. Now, if you're not menstruating, or if you are on the pill or any other kind of hormonal therapy, contraception pill or HRT, you're still doing this work because we are so connected to the actual moon phases. So you can still track and you can still connect with that energy. Now, lesson 5 and 6 are quite big lessons because they are lessons within the lessons. The things that we discuss in the course is about the moon. It is also a lot about Ayurveda because I am an Ayurvedic practitioner. So this is kind of my area of expertise, if you like. And I'll give an introduction to Ayurveda as well as the cyclical nature of Ayurveda, so you understand why looking at our menstrual cycle through the Ayurvedic lens is just extremely powerful. So here we are, that's me talking about that. I talk about the 5 elements, which basically means if you have no idea what Ayurveda is, what the doshas are, what the elements are, it's not a problem because we'll talk about it here. And even if you don't really understand it or not that curious about it, then the principles and the techniques and ideas of and how to harness those powers, then you can absolutely still use that. So these lessons are about Ayurveda, the seasons that we have in Ayurveda in our body, the 24-hour cycles, the actual seasons, spring, summer, autumn and winter. And the following module is really the kind of the meat of the whole course. And this is about our cyclical phases. Because I am from an Ayurvedic perspective, that will be the main thing, the main lens that we look at our cycles and our health for. But we also talk about other ways of looking at the cycle. So we have a whole lessons of menstruation, pre-ovulation, ovulation, and pre-menstruum. And in these lessons, we go through, what does the lunar phase actually talk about? How does that connect, even if you don't cycle with the moon? And we talk about the hormonal changes, and the hormonal changes are so interlinked to how Ayurveda looks at our anatomy and physiology. And we talk about Ayurveda and how to harness those powers within your cycle, and then the seasons. So this is kind of very practical. This is that time where this is good for you. So during menstruation, great time to reflect. During your ovulation, great time to be out there networking. So we really look at it as a practical way that you can use these cycles, not just to reflect, but actually how to use this. Yoga is another of my expertise. This is what I've been teaching and practicing for so long, and it's specifically around women and female health. So we talk about yoga, but in generally how exercise, how we can favor different kinds of exercises throughout the month. So this whole lesson was just about during our period, but we obviously have about pre-ovulation, etc., etc. So same kind of format of the hormones and Ayurveda, the moon, and practical advice. So those are kind of the bigger modules, but again, you can dip in and out of it as you like. I think now specifically wanted to include perimenopause and menopause in here as well, because while we're still cycling, this is a great way to prepare for these changes and see it as a positive change. And you might want to explore that as well if you are perimenopausal. We have a module on fertility and the vital cycle, increasing the juice of ojas. And ojas is our immunity, it's that juice of life, it's our nectar, and really super important in our day and age where a lot of us are burned out, completely drained and fatigued. This is how to increase your juice again. Then we talk about how to harness the powers of the different parts of our cycle. But then let's look at really how to create a healthy and happy cycle And this is also through the Ayurvedic lens. I have quite a long module on that, a long lecture on it, what the perfect cycle is according to Ayurveda, and how the different doshas affects our periods. The following module is about how we heal our cycle. So again, it's a long module, but you don't need to read all of it, because you are looking at different herbs that might be useful, or essential oils. You're looking at different symptoms that you want to balance out. And I'll then give you some advice on that: sleep, insomnia, anxiety, whether you have those symptoms premenstrually or during your period, or because you're perimenopausal or menopausal. So here I give different advice on that. And I have a guide to where you can also get different, some of the resources, and I have a discount code to share with you in the course as well. We have 2 sessions here about yoga, meditation, and breath, because this, again, I've designed really to align with your cycle. And I made shorter sessions so you can mix and match it, because sometimes we literally just have 5 minutes. And when we just have 5 minutes, then little is better than nothing. So we can start with settling into our being with a 5 or 8 minute little connection. Then you might want to choose a sun salutation or a moon salutation. They're about 10 minutes. And then there is a sequence for each part of your cycle. So a 20-minute sequence for when you're on your menstruation, pre-ovulation, the time around your ovulation, and pre-menstruum as well. Then I have some shorter sessions, which are literally 5 to 10 minutes that you can add in anytime. But you can also just think, oh, I have really lower backache today, I'm going to do this 10-minute session. Or you're on your period and you have really cramps and a lot of tension, then you do this 8-minute session. And to finish off your practice, you have a couple of meditations and a couple of breathing practices as well. So again, this is something you can explore and just literally just go in and do straight away. So if you're just like, I don't really want any of the other things, I just want to do some yoga, then it's there for you. So again, as I said, you might be completely new to Ayurveda or even the Western terms. So we have a glossary, we have a resource section where I talk about some of my inspirations as well, recipes, a little bit of anatomy as well. And we talk about yoni steam, castor oil packs, and period retreat as well. So ideas for how to work with your period. So this is your pelvis, and I'm fascinated about the pelvis, as some of you might know. But this is just a quick little guide for that if you are interested in how to kind of work with our periods. So yeah, so I'm back again here. So I'm very, very excited to share this program with you, Feminine Cycles and Seasons. And it is for you, if you're a menstruator, it's perfect. Even if you're moving towards perimenopause and you really want to start to embrace the periods and our lunar cycles. And especially if you work with women, maybe you might be a health practitioner, a yoga teacher, and you want to really understand that part of working with women. And again, if you hold women's circles or red tents, you'll get support in how you can support the women that you offer space for or facilitate for. So that's it. And Feminine Cycles and Seasons on yogaembodiedonline.com. And if you are interested in shorter or just short little webinars or Facebook Lives, Instagram Lives, then I'd be very happy to share some more insight in what's going on inside the course. So you can send me a message. Instagram, it's at Anya_Yogini, or on facebook.com/yoga embodied. And I hope to see you inside the course or a live event maybe. So thank you so much for your patience, and I'll see you soon.